Guys, I want to do a little snippet on the second armhole. Okay, so let's look at this. This is where you began your beginning chain. This is your beginning chain right here. This would be row 2. This is the first half of the front of the bodice. You left a marker here. You moved it down, left it here. This is the center. And then you made the second half of the front of the bodice and you marked the armholes on both sides. You cut your yarn and then you moved over here and you crocheted up here. You chained away to create the first armhole and then you crocheted down, and then we made a duplicate of the first half of the bodice. This is the second half of the bodice, and so it says to fold it over on your final on your final row, before your final row. So it'll be one less. Your even number of rows end at the bottom of the garment. Oops, I'm sorry. Your even number of rows end up at the bottom of the garment. We wanted to end up at the top, so we stopped one short of your final row. So this will be your final row, and instead of, you need to make sure your stitch count is the same, and then count down. This is one stitch. You chain one instead of chaining two, and you will single crochet down, but this chain one is one stitch and this single crochet is 2 stitches. And then you 3, 4, and you continue to crochet down to the armhole opening. And mine is, for instance, mine is 20. So I would count the stitches just as I showed you, crochet down, which would be 20 for me. I just want to make sure you guys counted that turning chain, and you crochet into a single crochet in the turning chain. Now this is the single crochet, a front loop single crochet, but for reinforcement, this stitch right here, you're going to go into both loops, and here's where we start to join as we go. Okay, here's where it says to leave your armholes open. Leave your armholes open, and then you begin to join as you go. And you're going to do your very first stitch, half double crochet in both loops. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know why this isn't. So this is the side you've been working from. This is your working side, so you always do this one first. And then you're going to go slip stitch through both loops right after your markers. So that's what it describes. It does it kind of in a paragraph form. Then you're going to half double crochet in the front loop. We just went into both loops right around the armpit for reinforcements. So that's the reason for that. And then you will half double crochet in the front loop. You always finish. We're finishing this last row down to the bottom, but while we're finishing this last row, we're going to join these 2 sides to make our garment. And then when it says the top of the shoulders, this is what they mean. This is the top of your shoulders. Here's your armholes. And then when you go to the top of the shoulders, it says to begin the scallops, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. You're going to attach your yarn 4 rows from the shoulder point. So you're going to go 4 rows over, attach your yarn, and then you're going to single crochet around and do that join here. Single crochet around, do the join here, and you're going to end up at this spot, and then you're going to begin your shoulder scallop right in this part right here. So you're going to put a shoulder scallop in here, and then when you do your sleeve, you're going to put a shoulder scallop here also. It's described in the next video, but I wanted to just give you a heads up on what this meant by single crocheting down the armhole opening, and that's what that means. And then you have a join as you go video. Thanks, bye.